it's fun to be able to come over here because we're starting something very special here in the Twin Cities. And I'm really excited to see a sharp group of people because I will tell you something. I'm just going to give you some information tonight. And for those of you who are interested and say, you know what, I think maybe we can do something here together and do something special. I will show you exactly how, over the course of the next 12 months, you can build something pretty special and create not only income, but residual income. I live in a situation that's kind of a fairy tale. I work with Agile. I have no employees. I work out of my house. I just told you a little bit about my travel, but I travel all over the world because I want to, not because I'm a corporate slave, you know, handcuffed to the airplanes like you see these poor people who are going places they don't want to go, doing things that they don't want to do, sitting in meetings they don't want to sit in. I don't know if any of you have been that person, but it's not fun. But I'll start at the end and then I'll come back, but I'll tell you today I make with Agile Enterprises over $1 million a year in residual income. Okay, I want you to kind of digest that for a moment. That's, you know, $100,000 a month plus in this economy, whether or not I get out of bed. Now is that normal? Is that average? Is that, no, I mean, of course that's extraordinary. I happen to live in Chanhassen and I happen to be one of the top earners, and I'm going to share with you what's possible here. But the special thing about this is you can create an income of $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month with hard work, effort, coachability. Apply your passion to what I'm about to share with you, and together we can make something special. And not only here in Minneapolis, which is where we're going to build this base, but across the United States, North America, South America. You know, I see a lot of people, a lot of diversity in this room. And I will tell you, it's a big world out there. A lot of things are happening within Agile, for example, in the South American marketplace, and in the European marketplace, and the Asian marketplace. It's just an extraordinary thing. As you travel around the world, here's one thing in common. Almost no one's looking to start a business. They're scared to death of starting a business right now. There was a report on CNN last week. It says 2010 is the time to be your own boss. It's the time to get out there and make something happen. If you go to CNN.com, search Be Your Own Boss, and you'll see that report. Very fascinating. That was just this last week. But you know what? Most people, you know what they're doing? They're crossing their fingers and they're waiting for things to change. They're waiting for the economy to bounce back. They're waiting for the job market to come back. They're waiting for their income, their family income to come back. They're hoping that the bailout for their family will show up. And you know what? I will tell you something, and this is the real hard truth. Most of the jobs that have been eliminated in the past 18 months aren't coming back. They're gone forever. For 40, 50 years, companies have held this dead weight inside of these corporations. And if you've been laid off, I'm not saying you're dead weight. I'm saying that they have held dead weight from people who have been not productive. And they've just decided to become more efficient, use technology, use whatever they can do. And that's been wiped out. And you know what? The people who are waiting for it to come back, I hope that they can wake up in time so they don't get run over. Unemployment, they say, in the United States is 10%. Real unemployment on the United States average, you work in the labor business, but the report that I saw was 17%. The people who are underemployed, working part-time and want to work full-time, and the people and that doesn't even count the people who've fallen off the unemployment rolls because they don't get employment benefits anymore. So it's a huge number, 1 in 5 at a minimum. And some of my friends in Wisconsin were saying it's like 25% real unemployment in Wisconsin. And that's true everywhere in the world. So people are looking for options more than any other time in the world. But at the same time, they're more afraid than they've ever been. They've got all this debt, they've got all this stuff, and they're scared to death trying to figure it out. And I read a book. I really recommend this book. It's called 1,000,000 Miles in 1,000 Years. It's a terrible title, but it's an amazing book. It's unbelievable. And the subtitle is What I Learned While Editing My Life. And he just looked at his life as a story, and he said, my story is not very interesting. And he decided to edit his story and change his story, and the journey being this opportunity to go from, when you watch a movie, the character starts here, and they change, and they end here. And he says, I wonder if that's what a life's about. Maybe you start here, you think some things, and maybe you change. And maybe you look at things a little bit different. And that might be what's required to even comprehend what I'm going to share with you tonight. Just to be able to say, maybe there's an arc here. Maybe that there's something interesting here. Maybe there's something for me here. So I'll ask you to just kind of open your mind for the next 30 minutes. And I'm going to give you some information. And if it's for you, fantastic. We'd love to work with you. And then we're going to take a break. After that, we're going to come back and I'm going to show you a very specific game plan to be able to accelerate the growth. Because I know that there's some people in this room that need to make something happen right now. That need to be able to take care of some things right now. They've got some big mouths to feed right now. They've got some big bills to pay right now. And I'm going to talk about the ability to be able to do that. Make $1,000 quick. Make $2,000, $5,000 pretty quick. And be able to have a lot of support and a lot of fun while we do it, okay? It is no fairy tale. There's no get rich quick here in the room. If you're going to make money here, you're going to earn it like anything else. But there's nothing that will stop you here from going as far as you want to go. But that's different. You go to work inside of a company, there's a million things that will stop you. Other people that will stop you. Politics that will stop you. Your heritage that will stop you. The color of your skin that will stop you. Your age that will stop you. Your gender that will stop you. Your opinions that will stop you. But here, nothing will stop you but you. That's what I like about it so much. I'm completely 100% unemployable. I can't work inside of an organization because, I would ruffle every feather there was in a week. Because I've taken the filter off. I don't put my head in the sand anymore. People who work for other people, and I don't mean to go on about this, but I'll just say it for a second. People who work for other people have basically two options. Option one is to excel. And if they do, the moment they decide to excel, there's a target painted on them, on their front, on their back, and they immediately become a target from just about everybody else in that organization. The people above them, they're a threat. People below them, they're shooting for their job. People side by side, they're picking away at them constantly. If you decide to excel, you have to become good at one other skill, and that's politics. And if you're not good at politics, it doesn't matter how good you are. They'll run you out the door. So that's option one, if you decide to excel and deal with politics, right? You're smiling, you probably have to deal with that from time to time. Option number two, the option most people choose, is to hide. They just hide. I'm not going to excel. I'm just going to get through the day. I'm going to get through the week. Leave me alone. Don't hurt me. They don't speak up during meetings. They make sure everybody else decide everything first and then they agree. They go to the little cubicle and they get through the week and they get to the weekend, or they get through the year just for 2 weeks of fun. That's miserable to me. If you take a picture of the little cubicle that the average person works in, and then you take a picture of a prison cell. They have a picture in each one. They have a little plant, maybe a couple little toys, right? They get to go out every once in a while and walk around, go back, play time. You know what I mean? It's awful.